Welcome back to Route 124 Bandstand. On this show, produced by the Park Theater, we explore young up-and-coming musicians from the Monadnock region and from the greater region as a whole. Today we have amazing punk rock artist Von Nebo, accompanied by his friend Adam. They're so much fun, so let's get to the music.
This one's called Cradilli and the Zealots. Searched the land, searching for the worthy man. Soon he formed a valiant band and sailed across the sea of justice. So many battles through, soon enough they all knew that they were brothers through and through. Upon the sea of justice, we will never fall. They screamed into the midnight squall. Cradilli would sing the songs, and they joined in one and all. To your crew, Cradilli. In the end, it's all they know. How they gonna keep sailing on for show? No! Didn't know what to do. They kept staring off into the blue, and the sky wasn't as broad as it was before. And just what were they sailing for? So one by one, Cradilli's crew jumped up into the sea, as if it was a sin to sail the sea of justice. Just wanted to be free. But these notions came quite silly. Who was now Captain Cradilli. He knew what he had to do. He just kept staring the blue. What happened to your crew, Cradilli? Who knows where they've gone? He's just gonna keep sailing on. Go! Cradilli. Eventually, Cradilli's whole entire crew jumped into the blue, leaving Cradilli alone to the helm to sail the sea of justice alone. But you see, it didn't matter what came and went, or what got in the way. Sailing the sea of justice was what mattered to Cradilli. So that's what he does to this day. Yeah. Cradilli. Oh. Thanks. The song's called Heavy. Think of how we've come so far. Look at all my steps and retrace. Kinda miss my junky car and all the things I had in the first place. Everyone I know is gone, though I see them with my eyelids. Everything I know's not wrong, just a bunch of dreams for sad kids. I lost them in the storm. I lost them in the storm. Yeah, and it's heavy. so long. I don't even try to replace, don't even get to say so long. Stiff upper lip and a straight face. Everything is so messed up. Oh, I feel a calm in my heart now. You know me, I won't give up. You won't find me sinking down, down. Lost them in the storm. I lost them in the storm. Yeah, and it's heavy. Still alive. I'm not gonna hide. I'm not scared. Don't care. I lost them in the storm. I lost them in the storm. Yeah, and it's heavy. And it's heavy. And it's heavy.
Well, thank you, Vaughn, Nebo, and Adam for being here and being on the show.
You're welcome.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for having us over
No
here
problem.
at this beautiful gazebo.
Yeah.
Okay, so when and how did you guys get into music?
How
Well,
old were you?
this guy, he asked me to be in a band when I was a freshman in high school. I played. He's like, play bass for my band. I was like, okay. So I learned bass. And
Never
we
played bass before.
So there was that, and then the band eventually broke up. But now we reconvened here as musicians
Yeah.
in our great moments.
Okay, well, it's good that you guys have maintained a good relationship after that. Uh, so, you know, where do you draw inspiration for your music?
I mean, honestly, this last album that I did, I tried something new where I incorporated stuff from my life and just like embellished on it. So like I took like stuff that I really felt like was going through in my life, and I'm like, you know what if it was like I was a captain of a ship and then all the people jumped off the ship kind of thing, you know?
Introduce some imagery into it.
Imagery, right,
Yeah.
right. So that's kind of where that concept comes from, I guess.
That's where the nugget. Yeah.
That's very cool. So this is your new. All of these songs are from your new album. And you've written 3 albums on your own. That's very impressive. In general, and you've touched on it already. What is your writing process like?
Well, I think it usually just comes with like a kind of a melody and like a lyric, because I'm feeling something and I'm thinking about like something from the past or something, and I come up with a melody and I come up with a lyric. I'm like, I gotta write this down. No matter where I am, I just like, hold on, you know, and I go write it down, and then I just work off of that. I try to write like the rest of the song around that little bit that I really felt strongly about, and I try to do it really fast, because I find that if you like draw out the writing process, it fizzles out in your heart. So.
Oh, that's a good mindset to take. Do you guys have a performance or music experience that is really memorable for you?
Huh?
This one?
I can think of one. You want a bad one? I'll tell you a bad one. I went up on stage in front of, it was a graduation party, and they're like, oh, you want to play a few songs? And I'm like, okay, sounds good. And so I got up on the stage, and the guy is like, oh, you could just use my guitar. I'm like, okay, cool. So I just played, and I couldn't do the song that I'm playing. I'm like, what's going on? I couldn't hit the notes out of my range, so I'm like, you know, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I find out later that he tuned his guitar up, like steps up, so that it was out of my range. And there was tons of people watching me. I'm like, I can't sing all of a sudden. I went home, and I was like, I'm done with everything. but I picked it back up, you know, kept going. And here I am.
That's good. That's good. And now you're here. Would you like to add on to that?
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one. I didn't mess with your guitar. No, I don't really have anything memorable. I've been doing just like this, someone asked me to play with them. My mom, she sings, or my friend plays guitar, and I'm like, yeah, I'll back you up. I'll play the cajon, whatever I need to do to make their stuff good, you know, to help them do their thing. So that's my job.
That's awesome. Okay, so, well, in addition to writing your own music, I've also seen that you do a lot of music production and other projects. Is there a particularly, or a project that you particularly enjoyed?
It's just mediocre. Like, I wouldn't say mediocre. Okay, no, I've just worked on mostly my own stuff. Like I've worked so hard on like producing from the ground up, which is like when you pick up a guitar and you say, you know, I'm gonna make a song and record it and like maybe get it on the radio. There's so many steps that are kind of like hidden that behind that, and that I learned that from like when I got out of high school. I'm like, I'm gonna make songs, and I didn't realize there's a lot of things that go into it. So that's why I started studying. So I haven't worked on that many projects, but at this point I'm just trying to build up my skills so that I can hopefully just do stuff that sounds great.
Even just getting it like on Spotify and stuff, like that's
Yeah.
a whole learning thing that you don't know how to do that right off the bat. Like you got to figure that all out. So this last album, I think, is you put it out there, the broadest or whatever.
Yeah.
So that you probably learned a lot just from getting that out there.
Yeah, it's just a big learning process. So no individual project. This last album was I'm really happy that I did it. That's it.
Yeah, well, the music sounds amazing, so very good job. Is there a particular step that you'd like to take next in your career?
Well, well, no, well, yeah. I want to I want to keep doing albums. I really do. I want to just keep making music. I don't think I'll ever stop making music. I don't want to ever. So, I mean, I'm just going to keep going. Hopefully compile enough songs to make another album. I will compile enough songs to make another album. And that's the next step. But I also want to help other people get to the point of like being able to produce an album, being able to release an album. I want to help other people to do that. So, I mean, as far as like music production goes, I want to help other people to do that. So that's the next step in that aspect of it.
That's so nice. And hopefully eventually we'll get to the point where we can, you know, you can perform more out in venues with people around.
Yeah,
with real drums.
And the distortion.
I like the cajon though.
The cajon is good for a gazebo. Yeah, it's nice. It was fun.
Okay, and so I think you mentioned Spotify. Is there a place where our audience can find your music?
I do have a website. It's just vonnebo.com. So if you remember my name, you can remember the website, and that's got all the links everywhere you would need to go to find my stuff.
Awesome. Well, I hope our audience will definitely go and see your website and listen to more of your music, because it's really great. All of your music is very great.
Thank you.
And so I like to do a quick lightning round of questions. So I'm going to ask you guys 8 questions, and I want you to answer them as quickly as possible. I will, I'll say the question, and then you can answer it, and then Adam, you can answer it. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, ready.
First album you ever bought?
First album I ever bought, Crossfade.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Current favorite song?
Current favorite song, I Miss You by Blink-182.
The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows by Brand New.
Instrument you wish you could play?
Bagpipes.
Oh, you stole it. Any kind of horn, like trumpet or like something like that. It's really difficult. I would like to go.
Good second.
Okay, your favorite place to write music?
There's a sand pit by my house I go to be alone, and that's a good place to write music.
Yeah, anywhere where there's nobody around, because that's distracting. So.
Very true. Okay, how about your favorite place to play music?
Right here in Jaffrey.
Yeah, in my garage in a friend's backyard, low key, no stress, just for fun stuff. That's my favorite.
Awesome. Okay, your favorite key to write in?
I have no idea. No idea. Sorry.
I think it's D.
I think it's D. Oh yeah, okay. It's D.
D. My favorite is like C minor. Is my favorite.
Nice. Okay, playlist on shuffle or in order?
Shuffle.
It depends on the playlist. I'll say shuffle, but if they put it together right, then I'll do it in order.
Okay. And last question, cowbell, woodblock, or triangle?
Woodblock.
Triangle, triangle, triangle.
This is where we're different.
Thought you were gonna steal mine.
There's only 3 choices.
I know. That's what I mean.
Okay, well, it's been a lot of fun to have you guys here on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It was fun.
The song's called Kiki Strong.
On my slightly annoyed, slightly angry disposition, I'd like to explain myself or at least explain my position. So tell me what you think of that. Let me go back. You know I knew from the get-go that we were a dice roll. Now I know that I can stop the show. Stop existing for you upon playing with kitty ears. Not my name upon your wisdom was so big, so I don't fear. So please tell me what you think of that. No, never mind that. Get out. You know I knew from the get-go that we were a dice roll. Now I know that I can stop the show.
Stay with us. Route 124 Bandstand will be right back. Thank you so much for watching Route 124 Bandstand. Remember, if you are a musician or know a musician who would like to be on the show, just email us at parktv@theparktheater.org with a short audition clip. We are always looking for more musicians, and we would really love to have you on the show. And don't forget to subscribe and follow the Park Theater's social media on YouTube and on Facebook, and you can see all the rest of our content. I'm Andrea Cornelius. Thanks for watching.